So you guys are here. First move I'm gonna do is look to my right, load my toes. Then I'm gonna bridge and move his head. As I move his head, I hip escape and I duck my head into his shoulder. Grabbing his triceps, right hand goes between the bodies. Here he comes to apply pressure against me. Swing as I look the other way, hold his head. Notice he's already looking to come to side control. I might have to walk away. If I go too far, he'll go to side control. That would be bad. Okay, bad for me. As he tries to go side control, I walk away and I wrap his neck up, sink that rear naked choke grip. Now you've got a nice tight Darce. The guy puts the shoulder pressure. I'm just gonna grab his triceps. Okay, grab the triceps, high in the triceps like a fireman's carry. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is take my right hand. I'm gonna bump and put it underneath. Now I don't care how deep I get. Even if it's just shallow, watch how deep I get it. Just barely. Shut that down. Like make it real tight. Make it real tight, Eddie. Good. So Eddie makes it real tight, so my hand can barely go through. I'm just gonna make another little bump. And another little bump. And another little bump. And it's gonna come out. Now, everybody says it's not gonna come out if he squeezes me. You know, he can squeeze me as much as he wants. I just look this way. The guy tries to put the shoulder on me. And I just use the power of my hips. Keep going. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Come on, buddy. And I pop my way out. And I get to my Darce. I'm moving. As I'm coming here, I grab the head or the neck. Shallow. I still have the tricep. My head must pop out first. Then I change. You see it? Now, you can go to the, just vice grip, what we call the vice grip, which is just an elbow in, palm to palm. Or you can go right to the biceps and try to make a Darce, fully locked Darce out of it. But, why would I do this and why would I do this? If Eddie's on his side a little bit, so it's actually not sunk yet. There's a huge gap. So I would probably lock like this, keep my elbows in, and now I'm gonna maneuver to here. Now I'm gonna lock it and finish the Darce. Guys, when you do the Darce, don't try to get your hand all the way over here on his lap. Just make a deep wrist grip, elbow on his head, and make your grip. I would love to crawl now, but my elbow on his head is what matters. So try to move your head and open up the Darce. And now I'm walking. See my hand? I don't even need to. I can squeeze like this. I'm here. And now, as I'm moving out, sometimes he's going to get on his knees to pull his arm out. See that? And I'm pulling him in, and I wrap. And then I go right to it. So that's usually when I go right to it. Is when he's trying to pull out, he pulls his arm in, and I bam, bam, right there. And he actually made it super tight for me. Now I want to show you guys, I have no grips, right? Look at how long this takes. So what is the mechanism that chokes him? It's how deep it is. It's not your grip. Your grip doesn't do it. It's this being deep, combined with this being deep, and my elbow's here, not here. This gap allows him to lay on his back, lay on my face, just lay backward on my face, and now I can't choke him. Now I have to roll him over here, and if he opens his elbow, it's really hard. It's gonna pop my lock. So if I'm here and I'm popping out, I just stay here. Now I'm walking. I'm always looking to get up to here and stay on top. Half guard, mount, doesn't matter. What if the guy put me in the guard right now? I'm so tight right here, he's stuck. Okay? I really want to stress you guys, grab this triceps, pull his arm. Do not let it go and do this. He'll take his arm out. Don't. Keep this arm here. Don't let this go. You're going to have to hold this and pull him down until you finish it. I don't let go until this is time. I hold it tight. Now I'm ready to wrap and wrap. You guys have got to control the triceps. Too many people, they play with a guy who drops his heavy right elbow, and then when they pop out, it works. they catch the dart. You see how I caught it? Just as he was trying to defend the darts by putting his arm to the side. You've got to control this, okay? Don't go here. Just because it works sometimes, don't train it that way. Train it with a grip on the triceps. Grip on the triceps, underneath, looking to my left, and I'm popping my way out. When I pop it out, I'm always controlling this arm. Sometimes I control it with a pinch. Sometimes I grip it. Sometimes my elbow does this, like fighting to keep his arm down. Or whatever I do, I'm always controlling the arm so that he can't limp arm and pull it over to the doorstop or to the other side. See how he does that? He pulls it to the other side. Your Darce is gone. And also, you can't get up anymore. So if you wanted to get up like this, when he pulls his arm over, you're not getting up anymore. See that? As I start to try to get up, I might give my back. Okay? So, all right. So, I hope I've convinced you to control this. Control this elbow, this triceps. If he tries to get on his knees, and he tries to rip his arm out, go ahead, look how I'm holding him. I bridge, and I climb up on him. So when the guy tries to pull that elbow out, that's why you gotta have a good grip. If you're sweaty, it may not work, okay? But you gotta get used to learning how to control this. Go ahead and posture and try to pull your way out. I grip this guy in the back arch like so. Then I'm gonna pull him down, moving my feet, keep trying to pull it out. I'm gonna pull him down. See that? Pop my way out and get to the Darce. Okay? If the guy stands up, this is what would happen. If the guy stands up, I would still be here. He'd pull all the way up. I would stand all the way up to my feet and do it. He has the underhook, he cups my shoulder, and then he pulls the elbow to the chest. Now he's ready, he sets up and he's spinning arm locks. Okay, you guys see that? And that move makes people go, oh man, if you give up the underhook and you try to do your move, you do this and then the guy just arm bars me. You know? He just arm bars my arm every time that happens. And it's not a big deal. Like you guys, of course that can happen if you don't know how to do this. Look, when I'm here, I don't allow that. Look at this. I'm here. If he tries to pull the elbow to the chest, he can't. Look at my body. Look at my bridge. So look, I grab high in the triceps, like into his armpit. I pinch my elbow. I make a grip. Look, if this is weak, right here, my right hand, and he's holding me tight, he's shutting it down, I make it strong. The second I'm here, if he gets up on his knees, if he does that, he's about to pull the elbow out. Pull the elbow. Look where I am. He's carrying my whole body. If he stands up, I'm still coming out. I'm back bridge. I'm controlling him. I'm hanging on to him. The person cups your shoulder and pulls the elbow here. If they put their elbow on your chest, on your rib cage, it's hard to do the ghost. You can see, like, try to pop out. See how I have good pressure? You can't do the ghost escape. We need his elbow here. So if he grabs the arm and pulls the elbow to the chest, number one, don't let him do that. So when he's here, try to do it. See that? Try to lift it all the way. Look at my hips. Don't let him. Don't let him. That's number one. Number two, he does it anyway. You messed up. You went to here. Now let's talk about where is the pressure? Where is the weight? Is the weight on the elbow? Like, say he puts the weight down on the elbow. If he's putting the weight that way, I'm going to hip escape, put my knee in. See that? See, I just put the knee in. Go. If he's like this, I hip escape, put the knee in. Let's say you compensate. You put your hand over here, and you're kind of holding me like this, and he's like that. Maybe he's putting some pressure on my stomach like right now. Look guys, look at my hand. I grab his elbow, put some pressure. Come on, Ninja, just let me. And now I got it anyway. Now I got it anyway. Try to get that elbow to the chest. See? Now it's hard, I'm walking, popping out, and I still got his arm as I come out. Maybe pull it into your chest. Like, don't put too much weight on me. Pull it into you. Like that. Like, really tight, but it's into him. Look, guys, I can't, like, get my knee up very good. I can't, like, pull his elbow at all. You know? Now I'm just going to push him away. So get in position for this, Brian, to push him. Watch. I'm just going to go away. Hip escape, knee goes in. He's got all these problems. He can't cover all the bases forever. So if you try to compensate, let's say put that left hand on the other side, prevent going away, right? You're trying to keep everything tight. Look, his shoulder is tight. Like, I can't grab his elbow. I can't move this arm. He's smashing it perfectly. Maybe put this leg up. See that? Look at how he puts the leg up. He could be preparing the arm bar, or he could just be like shutting me down. You've got a pretty good hold, right, Mikey?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Which way can I go? Watch. I walk my legs away, and I go back, belly down. Okay? Now, I'll just work up towards my knees. If he sprawls, which he will, and goes towards your back, don't let him. Put it back in the guard. Basics. If you have good abilities to drag out of front headlocks, peek out, single leg, double leg, then do that stuff. Do that stuff. If he goes for an arm bar during the move, like get perfect position again. If I go here and he goes arm bar, continue. Keep going. I'm defending. Keep going. I'm fighting hand control. Not gonna let you get the back. Push the hand away, fall away, right into guard. This is also a side control escape just in general. Turning into the guy going belly down. He has the underhook. I can't pull my arm back. Just go this way. As you go around, sprawl, go to the back. Try going the other way next time. Sprawl, go the other way. I fall away, put the guy in the guard. I just fall away from him. One more time. He's here. He steps up, he's in a good position. I go this way. He tries to spin towards my back. Look at where my hands and elbows. Look, everything's tight. There's no hooks. Hold the hands. Fall away. Put the guy back in your guard. Okay? Now, if it's floating, let's say his forearm's just floating. Yeah, and he's got head control. I assume this is it. I can't ghost. Look, I can't, there's no way. I can't move. It seems like I can't move. Like when you guys try to tramp, he's smashing you. Look at how simple this is, guys. Look, my hip, pin my hip down. Pin that hip down. See my hip go up? Look, fingers. See how I did that? Look, hand control. If a guy ever gives me access to his fingers, I'm taking it. Because I can't like hip escape, he rides me. Fingers. Now hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Keep coming around. I'll go here. So your fingers okay? Keep going. Now look, I push the hand into him, and now we're coming back into the guard. Guys riding like this, you go, I can't pull his elbow for the ghost. Guys, he's not gonna give me the ghost. Hips up, grab. There's the hand. You can go here. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Hold me. Now look, I've got this hand, right? He's still controlling me, but I've got his hand. Keep holding me. Escape. Keep going. Pass. Pass. Problems, right? Now, we're going to use that against him. So, if the guy is just riding your hip, like this, okay? So it's okay now. If the guy's like this, just go ahead. He's going to grab the hand. Look at how he holds it. And try to grab fingers if you can right there. Squeeze them. Squeeze the fingers. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Yeah. Now, I can't do anything. Go ahead, hip escape. Pushes it into my body. Look. He's pushing my hand into my own body. It's not gonna be easy for me at all to control the guy. Never give someone your hands, okay? If you give somebody your hands, they're gonna use it against you. If you guys can't do that, don't worry. All you have to do is just forget about the Darce. Just hit your ghost and train it to go right into the front headlock. So when you pop out on the ghost, all I want you guys to do is rotate your body like this. When I pop out, instead of trying to get the Darce, just take your legs and then just scissor and switch over. And this hand, don't be here, because she can go into side control. You see that? Yeah, you could either peek, or you could have just walked, or she could just get up on her knees and walk right into side control. So what I do is, as I pop out and I see her, she's starting to come around, just walk around. So I'm gonna go hips up and down. I scissor, I take this leg, the left, and I pull it away as I go heavy on the head. Right shoulder in the back of the neck, right hand on the chin strap. As you notice my hips, drop my right hip, and I get up this way. So if she drives into me, she can't do anything, and then I get up on my knee, and I've got a nice front headlock. You guys can attack the guillotine, your high elbow guillotine. You can also slide and go towards the back. When the guy's controlling, I hit my bridge. I'm attempting to go here. My hand disappears, and I go out the other way. When I go out the other way, I'm on my belly. I do not go to my knees. I go to my belly, and then I go to my knees. So I'm not doing this without a partner. I'm not going like this. So what I did quickly is I faced this way, and then when I came out, I brought my arm between. As I come out this way, I didn't go like this. To my knees. I don't. Because when you do that, you might get it, but you're gonna have a lot more success. When I come out, I'm gonna be basically hip by seam with my legs, belly down over his chin like this. So I've got his head already. And then my feet, I build up on my knee from here to the front headlock position. Okay, so the guy's controlling me here. I attempt to try to face in, belly down, and now you see I brought myself right back up. I have chin and tricep, and you guys can go right into anacondas. You can go to the back. Simple stuff would be anaconda, guillotine stuff, or going to the back. I turn in, I'm trying to get my knee in, and he's stuffing it, and maybe he's turning his hip down. My hand goes between. Now my legs, I whip my left, and my right follows. Hand comes out, shoulder in the back of his neck, and then again, nothing wrong with coming around to go to his back. I want to stress now that when I'm moving, my legs are off the floor, that I'm not bridging. So we will do a little bit of bridging and popping at times, but I want you guys to learn this move right here. See that? That momentum? And then it helps me come up. So I have to learn how to use that momentum. So when I'm here and the guy starts to smash, and I popped out, you see how I'm moving and I'm not using my feet on the mat. Okay? Now we're gonna teach now the kip as well. So we have this move. No, keep that pressure. Now he's squeezing, and I have that move. Now I have this move. I got stuck. You see how I'm stuck? I'm throwing him that way, like this. Now, see that? So I'm taking my leg and go boom, 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 boom. When you do it quickly, it launches your butt in the air. And then over. And then now, I'm coming up. Look at the position at the end. I'm not nice. Careful with your training partner, but hold this like you're trying to break his shoulder. I'm taking this, my shoulder, and I'm pushing in the back of his neck, and I'm taking this like as if you guys have a Kimura. See the pressure? It's the same thing. Like this, you're like, you know, I'm not really gonna tap him, but this is very uncomfortable. Yeah. When you do this and he tries to clamp his elbow back in, he can't, and I've got really good control. This allows me to pull him and take his back and go into crucifix. It allows you to take the back easy. It allows you to get into these anacondas. So what am I teaching? The kip, this. This will help you get started. Look away, and then when she pops out, most of you guys are complaining about this counter. You're trying to look for that Darce as you walk in a circle. They just walk forward and they catch you right here, okay? If she ghosts me and she starts to get my head into the Darce right here, she starts to Darce, I want to peek. And then as I peek and I sit, I pop and I break that grip. Just right as she started to get it, I lifted my head up and I can come across here. I could have a double leg, and I'm up on top, and I've countered her Darce, and her ghost didn't help. So, but most of you guys just run into the person who just runs. So the best way I can explain this, you guys have all done this as kids. One of you is, you know, maybe there's a dining room table and you're chasing your brother or your sister, and when you're chasing them in circles, and because they're going so fast in one direction, all you do is you change direction and you catch them. Well, that's all I'm doing to counter this ghost. Where does she want to go? She wants to walk her legs this way and pop her head out. So instead of chasing her, where she gets away, go ahead, and she captures, and I get tapped, instead of doing that, I just catch her on the other side. So I'm here, I realize I can't shut her down. She's walking out, I just come forward and I catch her on this side, okay? And a lot of you guys are running into that problem. So let's address the problem. As I pop out, she's gonna try to run to side control. Guys, when you guys are here, you gotta walk away. As she continues to try to chase, I'm walking away now because she's going forward. I don't wanna continue to walk into her, she's gonna get me. Okay, if you do that and she gets control, you need to immediately frame and try to hip escape and get your guard back. As I cut into my ghost, I walk away. She keeps coming, I walk away. Roll her through, lift the head, sink the arm, and finish the Darce. Here's the next thing that happens all the time when I'm doing this. I end up going here, and then he drops a heavy right hip, like a sideways kesa-gatame style, okay? So come on around over here, Mike, get some good angles. Feels like you can't get out? All I need are little inches at a time. Watch my right hand. It's gonna climb up and around his waist, real slow. And he's squeezing. And now watch what I do. I just walk to the left, and I sit up to the right as I pull him. I walk, and I sit up. Now come around here, guys. Now I have control. He just lost his balance because of his little sideways kesa-gatame. Now I can get my base, and then I can go into my Darce. Sorry about that, Eddie. I'm a little mean. I'm a mean guy. All right. So this is a lot of times what happens when I hit the ghost. Okay, the guy drops like so. So get up into basic side control. I'll pummel. He'll drop. I'm trying to get out, but I can't. I make a grip. See how I made that arm adjustment? Make a grip. Walk this way. Sit up. Now, what do you think's gonna happen next? He's probably gonna switch his base. So when I walk this way, like Aerosmith, and then I come back, he switches base. That's when I pop out and I take that Darce. Okay? So now what you have is you have like a one way then the other. You give him one threat, but you're gonna go the other when he counters it. If he tries to close with his left leg, he can't. If I go here, I walk in a circle, and that left leg's not enough. He has to switch his base. Okay? But what if he bases with his left hand? So when I try to roll him, he bases with the left hand. When he bases with the left hand, I can't sit up anymore, but I also can't throw his body back that way to get the Darce. I can't throw it back, and I'm trying to get up, and of course he won't stay here forever. I just make him post for a split second. My right hand that's on the waist goes right here. From here to here. Bam. bang, right there. Once I do that, my left hand is controlling the arm, goes right over his shoulder. See this? Deep, and then I lock my hands. I like to use the S grip, okay? Now he's trying to move his arm and come back. Don't allow him. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply some force, walk my legs in a circle, and then control his arm. See that? Now he's in a crucifix. I'm getting smashed, triceps, pummel. I'm looking for the ghost. He dropped. See how he dropped? I'm still trying to get out. He's still, anytime he gets up to pull the arm out, I'm doing the other stuff. But if he stays like this, I'm gonna make my grip. I try to walk, he squeezes my head. So I pull, he pulls, my right hand grabs. He's trying to come back. I lock. It doesn't matter even if I go here and watch this finish. Instead of doing this or this, maybe I do it like this. See that? He still can't move. Look what I have. Look at this. Even if he goes to his knees. Look at this. Where is he gonna go now? Tries to hold me? Look what I do. I bridge and I come out. Now look what I have. Like a reverse full Nelson. When you guys get here and you start to like hip escape and get your knee inside, see how the knee gets inside? Then he reacts. He immediately places his arm on the far side, controlling head, and then he pummels the hand. Some people are perpendicular, like you're more or less perpendicular right now, right? Yeah. Some people angle. Yeah, like that. That's really strong. And they really try to take their head and put it towards the hip area. This is rough, man. I mean, like trying to get out of here is really tough. But occasionally, guys, you're gonna get an opponent. Let's start with the basics and the easy stuff. He just sits here on his knees, like pull your knees up, and he's just here. So we won't talk about pressure just yet to start teaching you. So watch what I do. I know I'm taking my time, but I really want to set up this position so you, the viewer, can understand the phantom. I have the classic left elbow in, and I still have the right elbow in. What I'm gonna do, because he's blocking my hip, I can't get out, I'm gonna switch my arms. My left hand is gonna come down here. I'm gonna make a grip, just like we do on the ghost, but now it's the phantom. I make a grip on this arm so it doesn't go anywhere. Immediately, I take this hand and I swing it to this side of his neck. Okay? So instead of here, I bring it to here. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our foot and we're gonna lift our hip and shuffle and scoot out this way. As I apply some force, pulling on these grips, watch how I move. I go here. Now, in this position, of course, we're just showing you with a lot of space so you can start understanding how this works. As he applies more force to come back on top of me, I'm turning sideways. And I now take my right hand and I'm grabbing a lat muscle. So I make the grip for the phantom. Notice, my left hand still has the triceps, guys. You cannot let this go or his arm can easily come back to an underhook and pin you again. So what I'm doing is I'm forcing him to stay in the doorstop position, what I call the doorstop, hand on the near side. So I turn sideways and now come to put pressure on top. Now, if you start to put pressure, I'm gonna show you a little detail. Put the weight on me and try to like chase me a little. I take my hand and I just push his head. So I release the lat grip if I had it, and I push his head. Sometimes I keep my grips and I go head away, and then I hip escape a little, swing, hips up on top, and I take the back. So now, what about when he's heavy? So I gotta give you a detail for this. I do the frame, I hip escape, I go to here, he switches towards doorstop, circles, and circles away, keep going. I now switch, and I go here, but he takes his head and he does the right thing, which is kind of dive his head in this area. Oh my goodness. And nice and heavy, I love that, Nick, that's heavy. Okay, now guys, I'm being honest, it's very hard for me to move right now. Like I can't, my goodness. And don't let up, Nick, because I want it to like be real for them. Okay, so like guys, look, I can't do any of the basics. It's hard to breathe right now. I can't move my hip against his wrist, so I make the grip. Now, he will not budge. When I bring my hand to here, don't let me move. Look, he's not budging right now. The key is this, guys. You take, I'm gonna have to, just back up for a second. Take, right here, your radius. We use that on chokes, right? Take your radius, take your big knuckle, all of this stuff. That. You're gonna use this stuff and this hard stuff, and you're gonna apply it to gain leverage and do a little crossface. So watch this. Okay, back to the pressure. Go ahead. Okay, that's pretty good. Driving your head so I can't like move. Now watch what I do, guys. I take him with the back of my hand and I apply force, not at the neck where he's strong. I apply force at the upper part on his face, and I move his head. You see how I did that? Now look, guys, look. I'm not even holding his arm right now, but over here, you feel that, Nick?
Yeah.
Your arm's stuck. You feel how my hip is covering your hand?
Yeah.
It's stuck. Now I add to it the grip, try to pull your arm out. And I pull myself up for the phantom to try to come out and come on top. If he has his hand on the mat, which is very common, sometimes on your leg, it also might be controlling your thigh, like that, or it's on the mat. These kind of positions, this is where the phantom shines very well. I'll go right here. He wants to push his head to here, but my job is to go high on the head, to crank the neck a little bit. Try to put your head there. See that move? Now look, if you check the camera underneath, his arm is trapped by my butt. Try to pull your arm out, it's very hard. I have my weight on it, I turn, and now I got the classic seatbelt position. You guys are gonna be coming in looking for crucifixes and taking the back and such. One more time, I wanna show how I create this position. Okay? Guys holding me in the doorstop, right? Maybe you were up here in the classic, but you can't get out. And you might even angle towards north-south a little bit. So I go to make the grip, and now look at my right hand. Come to this side. Use some bone, see that? And not in the neck. He's too strong right here. Bear down. Yeah. Now watch. Here. See how I move? Now try to put weight on me. Put weight. Now I made the grip. Now I'm moving, and your arm's stuck. Keep going. Try to control me. Keep going. And the more you struggle, the more you pull me on your back. And if you choose to step over my leg, no problem. I'll just play guard. Like guys, we always have to have a guard. So if the guy goes here, I go into phantom, whoop. Now you mount, look at the butterfly, right into position. You see that? And it doesn't have to be a butterfly. Sometimes you'll be in half guard, like knee shield, and we'll play more from here. You know, at least you get your guard back. You didn't have the guy, even if he rips his arm out at that point, boom. At least you get your guard back and you get back to a game you can play. I just disappear from underneath. It looks really crazy. It looks like it's not gonna work, but the more you practice, I guarantee you, and if you guys already like the Ghost, you're gonna love the Phantom because they kind of work together. So when I'm coming out this way, inevitably, he will move this arm to the other side. So when you go over here, maybe you get here and he does that. Now when he does it, my hips are pointing the wrong direction. I now need to swing my legs back the other direction, and now this hand that was the tricep grip doesn't have the triceps anymore. It's gonna be the pressure against the head. As I pressure the head, this arm becomes the arm grabbing. As I pressure his head, I swing back and I arm drag. As I arm drag, I come up on the guy's back in the top turtle position, and then we go from there. We take the back, maybe go to crucifix, whatever you like. I grip here, I go here, I move, and I come towards the Phantom. How does he counter the Phantom? He changes his right hand back to an underhook. Once he does that, I'm now coming back and towards a ghost to pop my head out, you see? But he switches to doorstop. Yes, I swing back. See how I'm popping out on the phantom? Now you're gonna come back for the underhook. He puts me back down. You see how that works? Now bring your right arm over my body. Yes, now put me towards my back. You see that? And I come out this way. One more time, get your underhook. Put me down on my back. You see? And it feeds back and forth, back and forth. And you develop this kind of, it's like a buildup, like a momentum, like a swing. You know, the kid gets on the swing, you push him a little, he swings a little, you push him a little more, and he swings back and forth like a pendulum. And eventually, it's so much, something's gonna happen. Something will happen. What's happening to you guys that I can imagine, I'm going off of the comments, is when you pummel your arm under without much of a setup, the person's dropping their hip, and then now they're accessing your neck right here. So they're getting you guys in what's called like either like a paper cutter choke, maybe bread cutter, people have different names, but making a grip, and then you're getting choked right here because you're not defending your neck while you're pummeling your right arm under. If I go like this and she shuts me down, like just doesn't give me any room to move, that's why you guys feel stuck. Again, in the gi, yes, there's more friction. There's more friction that's making this difficult. You know, if I make my grip here, if I try to go right now and she holds real tight, go ahead and hold, squeeze, yeah. Again, all this movement is here, here. See how she's fighting me? Keep good, the best angles going. I'm eventually gonna pop my way out. And there it is. And then this case, I did the sit-up. If she corrects her base, I pop my head out, and then you can do your Darce. Now, when you do this in the gi, you go, oh man, this is terrible. I just got some serious gi rash, little gi burn. And that's true, that's going to happen. So all I'm gonna show you now is the original ghost video that I have. And this is probably the best way to teach it. Because you guys are getting gi burned and you're getting choked and you're having all these issues, you gotta set it up properly to make it smooth. You know, she might have her hands locked like no gi. She could even have my gi. So you take this, grab it with your right hand, the other way though, and you pass it to your left hand. And that's like an awesome hold for people to smash you in side control. Now, if she applies the good shoulder, it's hard, I can't move, this sucks, my life is over. So before this stuff gets super bad, she has the grip. I don't want my face to get smashed. So what I'm gonna do is to set up this ghost is now I'm gonna load my toes, okay? My right hand's in position. I'm going to bridge and displace and move her head, okay, as I go in this direction. So watch, she's holding tight with her left hand, her shoulder's about to come down. Go ahead, start to come down. And I move. Now my arm comes back, makes the grip. My right hand pummels under. And my legs spin. Jess chose to go down, kesa-gatame. Totally didn't tell her to do that. That's fine, Jess. She chose to do that so that my head doesn't pop out. So what do I do now? Hold. And now, Jess, how are you going to stop this? How are you going to stop it? You got to come up. And when she came up, I popped out. Now Jess has to avoid this. And it's too late.
So the reversal from side mount is probably the #1 escape from side control because it has the greatest effect. So I'm on bottom side mount, a reversal, and then I'm gonna be straight on top. Pop. And there I am. Now he knows his knee is far out, so it's very difficult for me to get. Instead, I use my elbow over his thigh And now I'm swimming backwards to get his knee inside. And I'm very low because the further away of his hip joint, the better strength I have. And his knee is right under my armpit. And I step close again. And I bring my near side knee to his hip to help with bridging. Up. And of course, as most always, the higher I can arch in the bridge, the better. Bump. The important part is to block him and now bridge high. And the better my arch is, as I said, the higher, the better I can move him. So it's not as much about strength as one would like to believe. Okay, I can't get his thigh in, so swim. Move his shoulder line across. Now that I got his thigh, got his hip, got his head, start bridging. And to bridge, I don't bridge up. I move his shoulder line and his hip line over the outer line of his base. So I just move him sideways. And come on top. That's it. Let's see the one again. Up and up.